Hello everybody and welcome to another video, and today we're going to be looking at a band called Arcana Elysium. Now, I'd never heard of this band and there was very good reason for that. It's because they're a very new band. I tried to do a little bit of research on them. I really couldn't find very much at all. What I did find is that Arcana Elysium is a female-fronted symphonic metal band from Petropolis, a small city in the mountain region of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. So, there you go, Brazilian symphonic metal band fronted by a female vocalist, so that's going to be quite interesting. Hoping that is going to be good. Now, as I said, as I understand it, they are a fairly new band, and this track I'm going to be looking at is called Hunting in the Shadows, which I do believe is their first single, which will be taken from the album Corpus Callosum, which is due out sometime in 2020. Unfortunately, I don't have any links to where you might be able to pre-order it yet. If any do become available at a later date, I will put them in the link below. But for the time being, there isn't actually any pre-order links that I can find as yet. But anyway, like I said, not much information about the band there. This band actually contacted me and asked me if I'd have a look at this track, so I was more than happy to. It sounded very, very interesting, so I think we shall do that. Like I said, the track is called Hunting in the Shadows, so I think we'll jump straight into the track and see what we have. So, Arcana Elysium, Hunting in the Shadows. I'm going to pause that for a second. Well, I mean, that song didn't waste any time getting into it, did it? Immediately from the start of the song, thundering drums. Brilliant. Musically, brilliant, really good. Sounds, I don't want to say typically symphonic, but, you know, you'd easily recognise it as symphonic with that strings done via keyboard, and, you know, the music is good, it's fast. It's pretty heavy. I mean, that guy there is playing, I think, an 8-string guitar. I have enough trouble playing 6 strings that I couldn't even comprehend how someone can play a guitar like that, and especially the way he's playing it as well, being so dexterous. It kind of annoys me when I see people playing it with such ease like that, just because I can't do it. But anyway, very, very interesting. I wasn't actually expecting those male vocals to come in, because, I mean, the band was described as a female-fronted symphonic band, and so it was a bit of a surprise when those male vocals came in, but very well executed. Both styles of vocals, the male and female vocals, very, very good. The song at the moment, I'm not entirely sure, but it could be talking about something like facing up to adversity. You know, like no matter what kind of a dark place you find yourself in, you got to fight through and, you know, brave on. Possibly, I could be wrong. The song so far goes, glorious is your path, guide yourself by the light. Follow your instincts, but be aware about the signs. Fire and ice, you'll have to try, you must decide. Feel inside your veins, there is no gain without pain. It's just some fantasy, not your destiny. Face fear at any circumstances. If you find me hunting in the shadows, you'll have to bright my way. If you find me hunting in the shadows, you'll have to get in there with me. So, I'm not, like I say, I'm not entirely sure, but there seems to be elements in there suggesting, you know, fighting against adversity, you know, no matter how dark of a place you find yourself, you know, stand up, fight, move forward, be your own guiding light out of the shadows. Like, if you find me hunting in the shadows, you'll have to brighten my way. So maybe that's someone saying, you know, if you find me there, maybe you can help me, you know, maybe you can guide me through, and, you know, you can help me to escape the darkness. I don't know. So far, very, very interesting. Very, very good. Let's carry on. Well, there we go. That was Arcana Elysium, Hunting in the Shadows, and I thought that was really, really good. Parts of it reminded me a bit of Theatre of Tragedy, early Theatre of Tragedy, around Velvet Darkness They Fear sort of area. Very, very good. There's a little sort of hint of maybe even Nightwish thrown in there as well. Again, probably more early Nightwish, around the time when they were when they had Talia and they were, you know, good. I know that's a divisive subject there, but let's not get into that. No, I really like that. It's brilliantly performed music. I mean, there were so many things going on in there. I mean, they say that they are mostly inspired by symphonic metal, but they like to throw in other elements from other things, and I couldn't help but feel there was a little bit of prog thrown in there as well, but not an overwhelming amount. It was just the smallest hint. But no, that was very, very good. Very, very good. I couldn't quite make out how many members of the band there was. I think there was possibly about 6. I'm not sure. But no, I very much enjoyed that. That was very well performed. Anyway, the song carried on. Be fearless and conquer. This is the only way to prevail. Unconquered, you can't be haunted while you are hunting in the shadows. Unconquered, you can't be haunted while hunting in the shadows. I don't know why I said that in such a peculiar way. Put your guts at risk and prove yourself. This is the only way to show how everything is possible. If you find me hunting in the shadows, an internal battle will begin. If you find me hunting in the shadows, I'll be hoping for a better day. Assembled with light, you might bright your own path. The shadows won't haunt you again. Assembled with light, you might bright your own path. The shadows won't haunt you again. And then it went into that sort of weird, not weird, it went into that very sort of calm, mellow piece of music where it said, if you find me hunting in the shadows, enlighten my path for me. The light will be my guide to take me away from the dark. And then it came back in with the heavy music. It said, if you find me hunting in the shadows, you'll have to bright my way. If you find me hunting in the shadows, you'll have to get in there with me. And then it ended with, if you find me hunting in the shadows, and then the sort of those male growled vocals repeating the word shadows. It was very subtle and was very easy to miss, but it was there. Or that might have just been my headphones not being able to pick it up that well. And they repeat that twice. So like I said, it seems to be talking about, you know, believing in yourself, being strong, and, you know, escaping the shadows rather than stalking and hunting in the shadows, as it says. You know, fight your way out, be your own light, brighten your own path. You know, work hard, and you will overcome anything. That's what it seems to be. I mean, there's that line there. If you find me hunting in the shadows, an internal battle will begin. If you find me hunting in the shadows, I'll be hoping for a better day. So that almost sounds like he's talking. It almost sounds like they're talking about depression there. You know, if you find me hunting in the shadows, an internal battle will begin. So, you know, found himself in a very dark place, an internal battle, possibly with his own thoughts. You know, sort of an internal conflict going on there. And if you find me hunting in the shadows, I'll be hoping for a better day. So if you see me in this dark place, you know, I'm hoping that tomorrow's going to be a better day. I'm hoping that things will get better, but at this moment I'm struggling. Excuse me. And there was a couple of lines before that. Put your guts at risk and prove this is the only way to show how everything is possible. You know, steel yourself. You know, take the risk. Show people that even if, you know, it might be risky, but you can still accomplish it. You can do exactly what it is you wanted to. It's what it seems to be. I like it. It's a good meaning to the song if I'm reading it right. Some people say all music is up to interpretation to whoever listens to it. I don't know, but I think if I've picked up the meaning of that and I've got it right, I think it is brilliant. You know, it's a great meaning. You know, it's a very uplifting message, as it were. And a very, very good song, very brilliantly executed. Like I said, you know, the male growled vocals, brilliantly executed, unexpected, but brilliantly executed. And those female vocals, her voice is fantastic. You know, it's not quite an operatic voice, but it's not just a normal singing voice. There's a sort of weird sort of middle ground going on there, and it's brilliantly done. So yeah, I'm very impressed by that. I really very much like that. I'd be very much interested in hearing some more of their stuff. Like I said, that track comes off their upcoming album Corpus Callosum, which is out in 2020. As yet, I do not have any lyrics for any links for pre-orders or anything like that. But as soon as I find a link for it, I will add it to the description of this video. So yeah, keep an eye out for this band. They're very, very interesting. Arcana Elysium, brand new band from Brazil. Very, very good. Very good. Can't really think of much else to say about that, so I think I will leave it as it is. If anybody would like to suggest a track for me to react to, then please do so. By all means, you can drop a comment in the comment section below, or message me on my Facebook or my Instagram, or you could even message me through my Patreon, where you could also help to support this channel. Also, you could put in a request for a track for a small fee and get your track jumped to the front of the list. However, that is limited to only once a month, in all fairness to everybody else who suggests tracks in the regular fashion. And anybody who does suggest a track, do understand that it might take me a while to get around to it, since I get suggested so many new tracks every single day that my list grows faster than I can record videos. But I do write down every suggestion I get, so that it will get done eventually. It just might take me a while to get around to it. Also, Metalhead Reacts is a proud supporter of the Sophie Lancaster Foundation, a British-based charity whose main goal is to put an end to hate crimes, mainly those involving people of the alternative culture, people who listen to alternative music or wear alternative fashion. And something that I believe in very, very strongly, something I think is very important and definitely needs more attention bringing to it. Now, I've had people argue with me before telling me this is not a hate crime. Yes, it is. It is a hate crime. A hate crime, by its very definition, is attacking someone because you don't agree with either their beliefs or something that they enjoy or something that they wear. And, you know, if you're beating someone up, if you're attacking someone violently because you don't like their music, that is a hate crime. And the thing is, this has been going on for years. You know, I've been dealing with it for nearly 30 years. You know, I would have thought at nearly 40 years old, I wouldn't be getting this kind of bullshit anymore. You know, I wouldn't get people shouting insults at me or shoulder ramming me into the storefronts or stuff like that. You know, I thought that sort of stuff would go away once people actually grew up and matured, but apparently they never ever do. And it completely baffles me, it completely blows my mind that people think that someone's taste in music is a valid excuse to attack them. You know, it's ridiculous. You know, you don't attack someone because they like different movies or TV shows to you, do you? So why should their taste in music be any different? I mean, what music someone listens to in the privacy of their own home has no effect on your life whatsoever, so what is the point? You know, if they're holding a speaker in your face, blasting their music at full tilt, then I can understand you getting a bit upset. I can understand that. But attacking someone just because they listen to heavy metal music is just utter nonsense. But the thing is, it happens all the time, and people are getting severely hurt. People are getting hospitalised. Some people are getting like limbs broken just because they like heavy metal music, and it's bizarre, it's ridiculous, and it needs to stop. You know, these sorts of things, they happen almost on a daily basis all over the world, but nothing's getting done, and that needs to change. You know, the last time there was widespread media cover of this sort of thing happening was when Sophie Lancaster was murdered, and that was some 12 years ago. You know, a young girl and her boyfriend, Rob Maltby, walking home, minding their own business, jumped by a group of 5 or 6 people, and violently attacked, kicked, beat, and had their heads stamped on, and were both put into a coma. Rob Maltby, he thankfully survived, came out of coma after about a week or so. I can't remember exactly how long. But Sophie Lancaster was in a coma for 13 days before she eventually succumbed to her injuries. She was beaten to death because of her taste in music. Now, this happened over 12 years ago. And there has never been widespread media coverage of this sort of thing ever happening again. I don't think I've actually seen a single story talking about something like this since then. But I guarantee you it has happened to a couple of hundred, maybe even a couple of thousand people since then. In those 12 years, I guarantee a few hundred people have been attacked in a similar manner. And the only reason no one's spoken about it is because a tragedy never happened. And the fact that nobody seems to care. And that needs to change. I mean, you see all these other hate crimes daily. You see racism, sexism, homophobia, transphobia, etc. You see all these sort of things daily in the news, every single day. From the really severe, violent, aggressive, incidents to the sort of lesser and non-harmful ones. I mean, sure, I'm not trying to say that, they don't deserve the attention, but, no one gets hurt. It's just someone being a complete dumbass and going, hey, there's somebody having a picnic in a public place and I don't like it because they've got different colour skin to me, Even things like that are getting reported, and it's not like a severe thing. It's more pointing out how much of a dumbass the white person was. But, those things are getting reported as well. Whereas these people that are getting violently attacked, getting bones broken, getting hospitalised, they're not getting spoken about. And, that needs to change. We need to bring more attention to the fact that this is happening and stop it from happening because, people are getting severely hurt. And we cannot allow what happened to Sophie Lancaster happen again. It shouldn't have happened in the first place. And this is what the Sophie Lancaster Foundation is all about. They want to bring more attention to the fact that this is happening. They want to spread awareness to the fact that this is happening. They want to stop this from ever happening again. They don't want to see another family go through what they went through when they had to watch their daughter slowly die over the course of 2 weeks. Nobody should have to ever watch their child die, especially from being beaten to death by a group of ignorant idiots. It shouldn't come to that. It should never happen. Someone should not lose their life just because they like a different kind of music. If you'd like to find out more about the Sophie Lancaster Foundation, there is a link to their website in the description below. You can go over there, find out what they're working on at the moment, find out what their goal is, because they can explain it a lot better than I can. And if you can help them out in any small way, obviously don't feel obligated to do so, but if you could help them out in any small way, like a small donation through their website or something as simple as one of these Sophie wristbands from their web store, it'd be greatly appreciated because, the smallest amount can make the biggest difference. And the sooner we bring more attention to this, the sooner we can get more people talking about it, the sooner we can spread the word about this, and the sooner we can help to stamp out prejudice, hatred, and intolerance everywhere. I'm going to leave that as it is for the time being. Thank you all very, very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.